The leaked diplomatic dispatches sent by Ambassador Lanier to U.S. Assistant Secretary of State in charge of African Affairs Johnny Carson express uncertainty about the 2011 general election, saying in part, I quote, "Under President Museveni's leadership, Uganda has become a confident and outspoken regional leader through its military role in Somalia, which up to now has preserved the transitional federal government as a moderate alternative to Islamic extremism. Its effective campaign against the LRA and its related commitment to rebuild northern Uganda," Lanier continues to state. Yet the president's autocratic tendencies, as well as Uganda's pervasive corruption, sharpening ethnic divisions, and explosive population growth have eroded Uganda's status as an African success story. Holding a credible and peaceful presidential election in February 2011 could restore Uganda's image, while failing in that task could lead to domestic political violence and regional instability. Lanier concludes by stating it's too early to tell whether the deadly September 10th to 12th riots in Kampala are the beginning of a massive and open-ended effort for political change in Uganda, or will lead to a more productive internal dialogue and a stronger democracy. The path of Ugandan politics over the next 18 months depends largely on the president's vision and leadership. At the end of his mail, Ambassador Lanier tells Johnny Carson that your visit will be crucial in conveying U.S. views and policy on Uganda and East Africa, and in raising the president's awareness about how seriously Western governments will be following the course of democracy in Uganda in the coming months. As the United States grapples with one of the most potent diplomatic crises ever, Assistant Secretary of State for African Affairs Johnny Carson today attempted to do some damage control. He held a telephone conversation with several journalists in 20 African states in a question and answer session that focused mainly on the leaked U.S. cables. No cameras were allowed in the interview room. Carson said the leaked mails were stolen information and disseminating them could be damaging. Though Carson said the cables represented a snapshot but not the totality of how America relates with foreign states, he nevertheless said he hopes Uganda's election. Cabinet ministers accused of corruption are also discussed in the mails, with Lanier stating Museveni's heavy-handedness and the corruption of senior leaders have sparked dissent within the NRM. A group of NRM rebels consisting of about 15 younger, mostly backbencher MPs, supports opposition demands for an impartial electoral commission and is critical of Museveni's unwillingness to hold senior NRM cadres such as Security Minister Mbabazi, Foreign Minister Kutesa and Trade Minister Otafire, among others, accountable for corruption allegations. Other issues discussed in the cables include incidences of human rights violation, although the cables recognize great strides made by the government to protect human rights. Peace and security in Somalia, in which the cables applaud the president for trying to keep peace and stability. Lanier tells Carson in the mail, Uganda's commitment to AMISOM and the professionalism of the UPDF has made Uganda one of our primary partners in the fight against terrorism. We stand shoulder to shoulder with AMISOM and we shall continue to support the UPDF's deployment in Mogadishu. We encourage the government of Uganda to deploy its augmentation battalion shortly and wish to discuss specifically how we can support and equip this and future deployments. Emam Taiziwa, NTV Tonight.